This is Chapter 7, Part 4. I'm going to talk to you about the string data type with this. String is, first of all, if those of you are having me for Java 1437, uh, a string data type in Java is an uppercase S. String in C++ is a lowercase s data type with this. So for you to actually use the string data type, the user must define this. This is a user-defined data type, all right, to start with this. So you got to do this from in the top by using pound include string to bring in that preprocessor file with the same. So once you bring that in, I want to make a very clear understanding for this thing is that a string starts out a sequence of 0 or more characters. The first character position is 0. The second character's position is 1. All right. Now, for some of you that have programming before, you might relate this as to what's called an array. You got to be careful with this thing. So when we actually look at the binary operator with the plus sign it performs, you can concatenate different type of strings with this thing. Array subscripts, are the square brackets, okay, allows you to access the individual character of the string. So for you to have get access to this thing, you have to deal with this in array. And when we start to talk about array of a string, it starts out with number 1. I want to clarify that really quick. 2 points in the slide. 1 is that to use string data type, you got to have a preprocessor file, pound include string. 2 is that the string sequence, it's an array subscript operator with the square bracket. So the first number that you start out with is 0. So if you look at this right here, for example, string type, this thing right here. So if I treat this as a string, this will be element 0, 1, 2, so on. 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Even my space between my G and my T is a number. Okay, so 6 if I count it, 7, 8, 9, and so on with it. So spaces are also counted as well. I want to bring your attention to this. This is very important in this thing. Put this in the back burner because in a few minutes we're going to actually go back and look at this thing for a moment. The string resolution, scope resolution right here, okay, string, is the size type. It's an unsigned integer data type. So what does this mean? You got to use the unsigned data type for when you do static cast with this thing. When you convert that, remember static underscore cast and the data type and the parentheses? That data type in there you can't put as integer. You got to use unsigned integer. So if you want a particular position of a particular character in the unsigned data type with this thing, that allows you to see that number, that position of that particular in that particular string. The second line here on this table is very important. If you look at string with this scope resolution and position right here, let's say you were trying to find a particular letter in a string or a word in a string and you can't find it, it's going to return this value 429, 464, 96, 7295. So this happens to be a string, a default maximum data type for the string with this thing. All right, so keep both of these numbers in mind for me for the time being right now. All right, we're going to bounce back on this in a second. Take a look at this thing. So let's talk about some of these functions that you have. The swap function. So let's say it's assigned string 1 is warm, string 2 is cold, and you gave it a data type of string. I can swap this thing by using this syntax. Look, okay, using str1, the dot syntax using the swap. Pass in my string 2, which is cold, now is assigned to string 1. Okay, so how do I know what methods, all these methods that comes across with this thing? There is a table in your book. I need for you to know this table. This table is on page 7-1. I'm sorry, this table is table 7-1 on page 480. All right, page 480. Table 7-1. You need to know this table because some of the test questions I'm going to pull out from this table. Please know this table with it. All right. So let's take a look at some of this. Just so that's why summarize this. I want for you to see this in summary with this thing. Just read through some of the summary with this thing. Key thing I want you to be careful with the string data type is that when you actually dealing with string data types, they are certain things that you would actually have to return certain positions of the subscripts with this thing. So I'm going to see if I can stop here